Hey YouTube, it's Morgan, aka the Mountaineer. It's about a little after 7:20 this morning. I'm in my car. It says 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Gonna go on a little hike today. I'm here parked at the Johnson Hollow picnic area. I'm gonna do the little road hike, go up Black Bear Mountain bike trail, hit this little forest road for a bit, and come down Johnson Hollow. Should be a pretty cool hike. I think temperature's supposed to get up a little bit in the meantime, maybe get up to about 34 or so by the end. But I guess we'll see. Anyhow, I'm gonna get out and hit the trail. Well, I just came up the road from that direction. Across there is the Pigeon Roost trailhead, where I went a couple weeks ago, went up there and then hit Rocky Ridge Trail. That was the one where it was so windy I couldn't make coffee and smoke that bowl of Carter Hall in the cob in about 16 or 18 minutes and then almost rolled off the cliff. But I'm heading this way, going on Black Bear Mountain Bike Trail, and then I'm gonna end up back there at the parking lot across from the other trailhead for Rocky Ridge. So kind of the entering the woods at the same point and getting out at the same point, just opposite sides of the road. Well, I'm gonna get to it. Can't really see the road down there now, but right down the hill there is where I hit the trail. Came up a switchback to my left and switched back. So now I'm pretty much in line, I think, with where the trail actually started. As I mentioned, Pigeon Roost started, and it goes up this little valley here and goes that way, and then Rocky Ridge goes up and goes to somewhere up there, I believe. So that's where I was last week, or no, it's like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I'm going up this, like it said, it's a mountain bike trail. Probably 50 feet in, 100 feet in, there was a stream crossing. Probably about 4 feet, 6 feet wide. Luckily, I found some rocks I could cross and then started going up. It's kind of steep, but I didn't take pictures or anything, but like a ramp facing downhill. I guess the mountain bikers can launch off that. I don't know how far they'd go in the air, but I'll tell you one thing. Well, looks like here might be kind of a similar setup. I don't know, but I tend to think that mountain bikers are crazy. If I ever tried that, I would die. Hopefully I won't hiking. Well, that wasn't far. So there's Johnson Hollow Trail. I'll be heading down that. And then right up there, even before that last bend you can see, is where I just came up from a Black Bear mountain bike trail. So very short distance on the forest road, but you can see we're up on a ridge line. That way it'll take you to see. I've been on White Hollow Trail where I was on that. I think eventually this road hits T-Berry Rock Trail. I think that's where Ballard and Polecat come up. Lindy, which I haven't been on, comes up and hits that. So this is kind of a spine, I believe, of this whole, of a lot of the trail system here. And out that way you can see further ridge lines through the trees. But I'll try walking in a few feet in here, and if there's a decent spot off the road, instead of doing it right here, right by the forest road, I'll stop, set up, make my coffee, smoke my pipe, and have a little chat. Well, guys, the coffee's made, the fire is lit, and my pipe is smoking. Trying out this cobblestone outdoors hiking for the first time. It's a Burley Flake. Like it so far. Smoking it in my good old backpacking pipe, Falcon pipe with a meerschaum bowl, if you haven't seen it before. I don't know when the last time I smoked this was. Used to smoke it every single hike, and then I decided to break tradition. But I thought it really appropriate to get this out again, trying a tobacco called Hiking. New chair, new backpack. This chair feels a whole lot better. It has a little wiggle. I'm sitting, as you can tell, a little sideways, and I think the camera's a little sideways too. I'm on this, I figure you can probably see those green blazes. I'm on this extra little trail that was made. And I brought out, as you can see, my mocha pot I was talking about before. The stove, it's a different stove. It's an MSR Pocket Rocket. I've had it for a few years. I tried to look up in my email. I think I ordered it from somewhere, Amazon, REI, something like that. And I couldn't find it. Of course, then again, the search might have been set to current mailbox, and it was probably in a different folder. But I decided to get it out. And use it for the first time, because it has these 3 extremely sturdy legs that have pretty good notches in them to keep a pot steady. And it did a really good job with that mocha pot, as tall as it is, and then all the motion with the boiling and coming up through, I don't know, makes very strong coffee. And it's very good. Hearing a crow off this direction. Seen a handful of squirrels running around like crazy, I guess getting their last minute prep in. Woodpecker, a pileated or red-headed woodpecker. Kind of keep that close to the fire so it'll stay a little warm. Of course, that's ice cold now. Oh, I think I'm gonna like this chair. I think I'll still have to watch out a little bit. As I lean back, I can feel it, leaning this way. But the thing said it's rated to 140 kilograms, which is, I think, 308 pounds. 2.2, 280 plus 28. Yep, 308 pounds. And I'm heavy, but I'm not that heavy. So I should be good, and it's comfortable. I set it up last night. It's way more difficult to get set up. It's just harder to put the backing on, and then there are nets kind of on your outside of your hip, where my other little chair, it was a solid back, and I also had that little underquilt for it. So my butt is getting a little bit colder. But I figure if worse comes to worse, I brought this hand towel to wrap my mug up in and to have in case I needed to handle that hot pot. But I can put that under my butt, and then to have a little extra insulation, I have my jacket. And then I figure I'll probably try to devise some method of making an underquilt or something. Maybe just safety pinning some fabric on the back of this. Heard that crow, and I hear some people down that way talking. I don't know if it's hunters or what. As soon as I set up my camera for the time lapse, I'm not sure what kind of bird. It was a predatory bird that came up and landed on a limb up here and stayed there for just a couple seconds and then flew off. But it had that real sleek shape, meant, I guess, for diving, catching prey. I don't think it was a red tail. Could have been, but I love watching birds, but I need to learn a whole lot more about them. Yep, so far I'm liking this this blend. It's kind of interesting. I've never been a huge burley fan. It's okay. This is pretty good. See if I can keep it lit. I popped the tin yesterday and pulled out one of the flakes and set it out for half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that, to let it dry out while I was packing my pack. Then I put it in a little bag I have and put it in my stuff sack with my pipe. And then when I pulled it out to pack my pipe, it still felt a little bit damp, but it seems to be burning okay. I'm not that great with flakes. I usually like to rub them out, but I should have done that beforehand, before I packed it up. But I just folded and stuffed, so I have a little bit around the edge that's still pretty big chunks of flake that's not burning well. So generally my procedure is to smoke it down, kind of knock out the ash and stuff, and then use my tamper to kind of stir it up and repack it. Usually I'll shove a pipe cleaner up in here, but with the to keep the airway open. But with the Falcon, it's a little different. Trail runners. I can't do that. it's a little after 9. I'm gonna try to be somewhat quick. We're not going to church. We're probably just gonna stream it today. In fact, Shayna might just be watching an early service. I might have to catch up, but we're gonna go over to my in-laws, and they got an early Black Friday TV, like a 65-inch or something like that, from Walmart, and they got it, and it has the 4 legs it stands on instead of the solid base. And I think it was something like 3/4 of an inch too wide or something like that for their old TV stand. And their old TV, I'm not sure what kind it is. I mean, it's a flat screen high def, but it's maybe like a plasma or something. It's something older. And I think it's something like I think their new one is like 65 inches, and their old one is probably like 50 or 52, maybe 55, I don't know. But it's smaller by a bit. And Shane and I put that TV together, put the legs on to test it. Then I was kind of just lifting up the old TV a little bit to test the weight. And that sucker, I would say, is at least half again as heavy as the new one, if not double the weight. So I was like, well, weight's not a problem. And I said, what you ought to do is just, for now, get a 2x4, cut it in half, put both sides on top of your old TV stand, and you can set your legs on it. But they didn't want to do that. And my mother-in-law was shopping. I guess they finally found a TV stand, so we're gonna put that thing together and put the TV on it, and excuse me, I'll get everything hooked up, get all the inputs and stuff put in, plugged in and working, and show them how to do the various things. But yeah, I was noisy dudes. I was started hiking about 7:25. Like I say, it's a little after 9 right now. Kind of took my time. I think I've done 1.2 miles, and then I think this leg is something like 0.8 miles or something. But I started hiking before sunrise, and it was gray, and right now the sun is the sky is kind of cloudy. I don't know how well you can make it out, but mostly cloudy, but I can see spots of blue. The sun's behind clouds right now, but then right beside it I can see little openings. It was a little foggy down in the valley coming into here. It's clearing up. It's a pretty calm day, pretty still. This tobacco is good. I like it. Ordered a couple tins. And I guess it was before Brian put out his review, and it sold out. It is funny, you see influential YouTubers. I've noticed this numerous times where there will be a tobacco they talk about and then it's sold out real quick. Oh, that is not very warm anymore. This tobacco came pretty nice presentation. Came, you know, in a little folded I don't know what you call it, bit of paper, but it has the, you know, little foil thing, foil tape holding it together, and it's just in this little square. Pretty nice. They're very wide flakes. So one flake was just about the perfect amount to fill this falcon bowl up. I opened that tin up and it had a real nice raisiny, tangy raisiny tin note. Sun's getting awful bright. Kind of a dumb statement. Of course the sun's bright. The sun is starting to show more. I guess that's a more fitting statement. Poking through the clouds. Well, I think I've been here about an hour and 25 minutes, so I probably ought to chug the rest of my coffee and pack up and get back on the trail. I think I'll start out with my pipe, and then if it becomes too steep, I'll pack it back up. Well, I'm gonna pack up. Well guys, I can see the shoulder up there. That means I'm just about done. My phone, since I stopped recording and started packing up, it said 1% battery. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Guys, thanks for tuning in.